Hey, welcome back everybody. Monday Morning Briefing, episode number 38, and it's July the 6th. It's actually Tuesday while I'm shooting this. Yesterday we got in the shop and ended up just kind of getting a little off whack. I had some people come in and had some things I had to kind of get done as far as just end of the month stuff in the office and everything. So didn't get that shot, but we're shooting it today. So it'll actually, when you're watching this, it's actually going to be Wednesday. We did post something on our social media and stuff just to let everybody know that it was going to be a day late. And like I said, that's going to happen from time to time. Last week in the shop, we got quite a bit done. One of the things, if you're following us on Instagram, is our rope can. We did finish this. We'll ship this out today. It did go together really good. Rope cans are pretty easy. A lot of people have asked me how I attach this lid to this leather piece to the actual rope can lid. I just use contact cement. Now, I do scratch the lid with sandpaper when we do that, and then I'll do usually 3 coats of contact cement on the leather and the lid, and then just glue it down. Now you could, if you would like, you could. I've seen people use a concho, on each side or something and drill a hole through and use a screw to screw the concho through to that. I've never had one of these come off. I'm sure depending on their use and stuff like that, over time maybe that contact cement could break loose, but I've never had anybody bring one back saying that it came loose at all or anything like that. So that's what I do, and that's what works for us. But we did do a matching strap for this. And on my straps, I just use a nice little solid brass bolt snap, and that seems to work really good. My rope straps, I do those 48 inches long as their cut length, and then we just fold them over, rivet the snap on there. And that seems to work really well on our rope straps. We got a little clip on there, you can just clip it on each side. The rope cans are pretty easy to do. They are the largest thing, one of the largest things that you'll tool as far as floral tooling. If you're it's a pretty good sized canvas, and so it takes a little bit of practice to kind of get down to where you can lay out a nice pattern that flows and that's balanced and stuff like that. If you're just starting out, don't feel like you have to fill the whole thing up with floral if you're just starting your drawing skills and stuff, and that's just kind of intimidating to fill that whole canvas. You can always go around the outside and then do basket stamp or geometric in the middle, or you could do something in the middle and then kind of geometric on the outside, or do a quilting or anything like that. You'd be surprised what all you can do on one of those to kind of dress them up and make them look cool. But it is a pretty intimidating canvas just because it's so big and open. And so I usually try to use somebody's name or brand or maybe a figure or two to just try to break some of that up. We've got another rope can. I bought 2 whenever we got this one, and so I am going to get the other one and go ahead. I've got a rope can lid cut for it. And I'm going to tool another pattern up just to have one on the sales floor, just because they are a popular item and they look nice when they're on the sales floor. So when somebody comes in, they'll be able to see one that we've done. But right now I want to take a minute too also to thank everybody. We sent out our notification when we got the Buckhorn briefcase pattern put on the website. We put it on the website and then we sent it out to our newsletter first, and kind of gave them some time to get access to this before we launched it out on social media. And before the video posted, because this video did post last week as well. When we sent it out to our newsletter, it sold out super quick. We only had 45 of these though on the website, because I had kind of sold 1 or 2 to people that had just came by the shop, wanted to see the shop, and they were in luck because I actually had these on the sales floor. So we sold a few of them that way. But they did sell out really, really quickly. We did put a note on the description of the video, as well as on social media and stuff, that they were sold out, but you're welcome to email us or let us know, and we would put you on a list, because we've already got 100 more coming, and our printer is ready to go. Whenever we need more, all we got to do is let them know how many more we need, and they'll print them. They've already got the files. They've got everything they need. And so we should be getting 100 probably today. I thought it would be yesterday, but I forgot. Yesterday was a holiday because July 4th was on Sunday. And so the banks were closed, shipping was closed, post office is closed, everything was closed. So if you ordered one of these last week, we had a little issue because this envelope is bigger than the last pattern pack that we did. I hate flies. But if you ordered one of these last week, we did have an issue of shipping envelope, because the one we used on the last one fit the envelope just kind of perfectly, and this one's obviously bigger, it's thicker. I think the envelope is actually a little bigger, so we had to kind of scramble there and find something to ship it in. I don't really want to ship them just like this. The first couple of the clutch wallet, we did ship a couple that way, where we just put the postage on there and sent them. So if you got one like that, shoot us an email and let us know how it came. I don't want to ship them like that usually, but we wanted to get them out, and we didn't really have a a bigger envelope to stick the envelope in. It seems kind of redundant, but I want them kind of protected as they're going through the mail, and we want to make sure that they got there. Then we'll only ship 2 or 3 that way. But anyway, we had to find another envelope, so by the time we did on Friday, the post office was already at last pickup. They were done, and so we were going to ship them Monday. Well, Monday was a holiday, so apologize, but they will be going out today. Everything is packaged, everything's in the cart. All we got to do is walk down the post office today. But thank you everybody who bought one of these. I'm really excited about it. And remember, when you get if you bought one of these, the first run, if you've already paid for yours, you're waiting on yours, it'll be coming in the mail, leaving today. Remember that there is one small correction. I made a little piece of paper that tells you what that correction is, but it's for the box loop closure. It needs to be 4 inches long, not 3 inches. And so we've already gone back and corrected the original file and sent the new file to the printers. So the new ones going forward, I'm going to check them when they come in, but they should have used the new file that I sent them. That will be corrected. Other than that, we haven't found any other typos or mismeasurements on there. So everything should be good, but there is a little piece of paper in there just to remind you. Again, it's a small little piece. It's that straight piece that made this box loop closure where the antler goes through. After you cut it out, you'll be able to see real quickly based on where its placement marks on the pattern where it needs to go. You'll see very easily that it's too short, but it needs to be 4 inches, not 3 inches. But we did put that in there. So those will be headed out, and then the other ones will be here. As soon as they're here, we're gonna fill our list. We have a list going. We will fill that list and then put them on the website. If you're seeing this video by Wednesday, if those things get here today, we'll probably get those packaged up off the list. But you're still, if you do happen to go to the website and it is sold out on those, just shoot us an email and we will put you on the list, and we'll get with you whenever we get another batch in. Like I said, we got 100 this time. I'll probably go ahead and order another 100 as soon as those get here, and that way we'll just keep an inventory. We won't ever run out of stock. But I really appreciate it. It seems like everybody's really liking that pattern. So we're working on our next bigger project like that as well, and some smaller projects for those that want to do the smaller projects as well. Maybe just getting started, not ready to tackle something that large yet. We've had a few people ask about international shipping on this pack. We're researching that right now. We've had a couple people, 1 or 2 from Australia and Scotland, that said, hey, is there any way you can figure out what it would cost to post it there? And we're going to try to look at that and see. So hopefully, maybe here pretty soon, we'll be able to offer that on some of these packs. I just don't know on the material packs and whatnot what all that shipping is going to entail, and on our end logistically, and with it just being me and my wife, and especially right now being summer, she's in here as much as she can be, but running around with the kids and little projects they're doing and things like that. And so we're just trying to not bite off more than we can chew. So I apologize that we're not shipping currently to overseas or internationally, but shoot us an email if you just got to have it and willing to do whatever, as far as, because I don't know what it's going to cost. I've never shipped anything like that, and obviously that's 2021, so we should be able to do it. We'll kind of see if we can try to figure some of those out and maybe try to do that. But currently, no, we're not shipping it internationally. It'll just be here in the U.S. on physical products, the digital stuff. And then, like I said, I'm not offering this one as a digital download, but that's something that we may end up being able to do. It just kind of depends. I don't want to create a technical issue for us trying to explain, because I don't know. I don't know how to walk somebody through that, and so I don't want to offer something that they're going to need help with that I'm not going to be able to help them with. That just doesn't seem fair. So currently, we're just not going to do that. As far as the video for this, it's getting really good feedback. Everybody seems to like it. Like I said, it is long. I really didn't want it to be 2 hours long almost. And again, I'm not a professional editor, but to me, I couldn't cut any more out of it without losing information on the process. And so I wanted to be sure that all the steps were in there, at least enough of it where you could see what's going on. I don't want to clip stuff out just to make a pretty video that doesn't have the information in there. First and foremost on our channel is going to be information conveyance. So I want to be sure that you get the information, that you're able to watch the video and you're able to use it. It may not be the flashiest video out there, it might not be the cleanest video out there. I'm shooting with a GoPro, there's probably a lot better cameras out there, but I want the information correct. You're gonna have to kind of look aside from the audio not being maybe the best, maybe the video quality is not the best, but the information there is gonna be good and quality, and the information will be there that you need in order to go through the project. And that's our main focus. The rest of the stuff is just kind of fun, but we're saddle makers, we're not videographers. So that's where we're at on that. I hope that information does come through and that you're able to use the pattern pack and the video, or even just the video, and kind of go down that trail and design your own bag and build one of these briefcases. But as far as kind of what's been going on locally, we've been getting a lot of rain still. Last week we got a little bit of rain, I think just about every day. And one of the drawbacks to that is that we've got hay in the field that we're waiting to cut. And so luckily I hadn't cut anything, but our pasture is getting a little unruly, but we are going to make a lot of hay. So hopefully he can get in there this week. They're calling for chances of rain all this week as well. We're not going to complain about the rain because usually by this time we're already needing a bunch of rain. I know a lot of y'all have seen my social media posts and stuff like that and said, man, send some of that to us. So I know a lot of people are wishing they had the rain that we're getting, but this isn't normal for us. We don't usually get quite the rainfall that we're getting, at least this time of year. But we'll make it through. It was a good weekend to get Claudia's tie rail done in the barn for the calves. So, because we've got 2 calves that were halter breaking. And so I was able to get, if you follow us on Instagram, you saw I was able to get that tie rail built. We'd already set the post and concreted those in the barn last week. And so they were sitting there ready to go. And I was able to get in there this weekend and just kind of wrap that up on Saturday and first part of Sunday morning. Because it was raining. There was nothing else to do. And I came to the shop Saturday some and got some work done and got some things done that we're doing for the newsletter and things like that. But I was happy to get that tie rail done. It was a fun little project. Went kind of quick. So now we're ready to get the calves out of the stall and start teaching them how to stand tied and all that kind of stuff. So something that wouldn't have made it in the Monday video unless it was late is that last night I got home after work. I headed to the house. Wife and kids were headed out of town, so I was kind of right behind them, about 20 minutes. And got to the gate, and there was a couple trucks there I didn't know, and my wife's car, and my kids were in the back of some man's truck who I didn't at the time know who he was. And turns out he had a baby calf, like a day, maybe 2 days old, in the bed of the truck, and they had stopped there, seen Claudia pulling in, and had stopped there to see if maybe it was ours. It's a little Hereford kind of cross calf, and it wasn't ours. They found it was by a stop sign just right up the road from us on the side of the county road, just kind of laid up in the grass. And so they got it, and they drove all over. They called a bunch of people. Nobody knows whose calf it is. So we do have that calf. My kids ended up volunteering to bottle feed it. The man was very glad to pass that duty on to them. And so anyway, that calf is now in our barn, and we did post something on it last night. I posted a couple little pictures of her. It's a little heifer. She's pretty poor. I have a feeling, our thought is that the mama probably died and then it just wandered off, but whose cow it was and how far it wandered, we have no idea, because there's only one place with Hereford type cattle, which is going to be a pretty good clip from where this calf was found. So I'm not sure really its story, but it's alive, made it through the night. Claudia fed it. We didn't have any calf milk or anything like that for it, so we ended up she went to the dairy and got some whole milk and just to kind of get it through the night. But that's what they're doing this morning, is they're going to the vet to get some meds and stuff, just to kind of give it a little boost, and gonna go get some electrolytes and some milk replacer and some different things, and get it on a good feeding schedule. We're going to try to find out who the owner is. It ended up being my neighbor who found it, who lives right across the road. So that was kind of cool, because we haven't met them yet, and we've been here a year. They're real nice folks, and they said they were going to continue trying to find out whose it might be. And they've called around to a bunch of people they know. They're from here, so they know quite a few people. But it's surprising we haven't figured out whose it is. But if we find out whose it is, then I don't know what's going to happen if the cow is dead. I don't know what they'll do with it. But anyway, we've got a bottle calf in the barn. If we don't find it, I guess we'll end up with a little heifer. But so far so good. She seems to be making it, and we'll just kind of play it by ear. I told the kids if she makes it to Friday, she'll probably make it. But I've already kind of warned them, because she did look pretty poor and pretty weak. And like I said, she's maybe 2 days old, as about as old as she is. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. Wasn't planning on having a bottle calf in the barn, but for the last part of the summer, that's probably a good project for those kids. Give them something to focus on and maybe keep them busy for a little while. But yeah, that's what they're doing. I'm in the shop. Like I said, I got here. I'm going to shoot this video right quick, get this shot, and then get it posted. I apologize for it being late, but like I said, it's going to happen occasionally. We are getting ready for Waco. We're starting to cut some extra material packs here and there, and some things we'll have in the booth just for those that might be interested in that. We're working on getting some of our other patterns printed, so we will have printed packs there. I don't know how many. If you're coming to Waco, come by the booth and check it out. We'll probably have a few t-shirts and some caps and stuff, and my goal is to have a bunch of the material packs and stuff if we can. But it's going to be exciting. We're going to teach that class on Thursday. We're going to hang out and get to meet a bunch of you guys, and also I'm kind of excited to be able to see what everybody's got for sale there as far as all the vendors and stuff and some of the machines and tools, and hopefully I don't spend too much money there, but I probably will. Buying what I can. There's always something that I can incorporate into our program here in the shop. Those kind of shows are hard because you go there and you see tons of stuff that would make your job easier, that make your job cleaner or more professional, but you've just got to kind of figure yourself out a budget before you go and say, this is how much I'm spending, and kind of have it on your mind, kind of the items that you want to pick up for sure. And I would also recommend leaving yourself a little bit of space in there for material. A lot of people go to this show or these type of shows and they're mainly focused on the tools and the machines and that kind of stuff. But keep in mind there's going to be a lot of leather there too, I would imagine. And so it's really nice to be able to go up to a booth and be able to sort through those hides. They'll also probably have some pretty good deals on some material there as far as leather skins, hides, exotics, whatever that's there. It's a rare opportunity. Usually we don't get to look at the leather ourselves and pick it out. We usually have to order it and just trust that the man packaging our stuff picks us out a good hide or a good skin. And so this is a great opportunity to kind of get there and pick your own. And so leave yourself some room in that budget to be able to maybe hit on some of them deals that may be there and pick you up some material that maybe you don't need right now, but maybe is good to have on your shelf because you can see a project where you'd use that, or maybe you'd use a lot of that stuff like chap leather for different gussets and different things, because I'm sure there'll be a pile of chap leather there, lots of lining leather, lots of skirting leather probably too, and different tooling leathers and stuff like that, and probably a good amount of exotics as well. And these shows are a great opportunity to kind of get your hands on it and get a better deal than what you would get usually during the year. So it's going to be a fun show. As far as saddles, we did get our saddles kind of started. They haven't changed much. We got our ground seat ready to go in on one of the ropers. The other roper about to put a front on. I actually have the front here in a bag casing. I don't know if this is going to work. I just got it all glued. This is going to be a one-piece front like I've done in the video. We've done a video on putting on a one-piece front. I usually get it all glued up how I'm going to do it like I did in that video, and then I case it up and then put it on. But last night I was leaving and I just didn't manage my time right, and I was like, well, I don't know why I was gluing, wetting this, because I'd put it in the sink to get wet, and I thought, well, I don't have time. I've got to get to the house, so I'm not actually going to put this on yet. So what I did was I let it soak, and then I put it in this bag and let it set overnight. I'm going to see how it works. I don't usually do that, and so I'm hoping my glue is going to still be there when I open this bag and go to putting it on. One of the big pluses with it, I'm hoping, is that it's had time to kind of soften, and hopefully that front will go on a little bit easier. The front that I'm covering at the moment with this swell is going to be the hog tree, the red tree that we've showed you. That front usually covers pretty easily anyway, and so it's not very difficult, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. But if you're wanting to see how I do a one-piece front, go back in our videos here on the channel, and we do have a video where I show you how I put that on. It's not a step-by-step project video per se, but it shows you kind of how I'm going about it and doing it all in one piece. But I apologize if you hear any kind of noise in the video. There's our neighbor over here is building a cover. It's a beer joint. It's an old historic beer joint here in town, but he's building a cover off the back patio of his building back here. And so they're back there welding. It's pretty cool. I was actually watching them when I got here and just seeing how they're going about doing it, and I just like watching that kind of stuff. So but that is some of the noise. If you do hear something in the video, that's what that's coming from. But as far as for the rest of the week, that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to try to get a little progress made on these saddles. And we've got a couple other things that we're sending out to the newsletters. So if you got an opportunity you haven't already, be sure and sign up for the Leathercraft newsletter. And you can do that on our website. I think every page on our website pretty much has a newsletter form. You just put your email address and your name in there. You'll be signed up for the newsletter. Be sure to confirm. It'll actually send you an email to confirm that yes, you do want to be signed up to get emails from us. Be sure and do that. If you don't see that email, go to your spam folder, because you will have to do that or you won't receive anything from us. But we'll be sending that out this week, and I've got a bunch of belts and stuff that I'm going to be tooling and just trying to keep projects moving forward, because as we get closer to Waco, I know I'm going to be out of the shop, and so I want to be sure that my custom order customers are taken care of and their projects are gone before I go. Doing that, and then we'll also be gathering things and kind of starting our list and making everything ready to go for the Waco show and doing that. We do have a calf show this weekend. I know we had one like 2 weeks ago, but they're like back to back right here. We'll have one this weekend. It's actually on Saturday, and then we'll be done again until we get back from Waco. It's later in August will be the next one. So we're excited about that. The two calves that we're halter breaking right now aren't quite ready to go to the show, but maybe the one in August, we're hoping to get them on the trailer as well and take them just to get them used to seeing stuff and that sort of deal. They're leading around really good. One of them's a little bit harder headed than the other one. The other one is just like her full sister, the current heifer that my daughter is showing. And so that's a good deal. But we're just going to be in the shop all week, just kind of working. If you're in the area, stop by. Otherwise, be sure and subscribe to the channel. I know it's going to be a short little Monday video. Hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more going on for you. Remember that these will be back on the website this week. As soon as they come in, we'll pop them on there. So if you've been wanting to get one of those, hop on there and grab it. If you already emailed me or called me, I've already touched base with you. We've got you on the list. As soon as they get here, we'll get with you and get them sent out. But that's all I got. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next week in the Monday Morning Briefing.